So abortion regret is trending on TikTok. And if you have had an abortion and you are carrying the weight of that, I want you to know that God has a unique message just for you, and it's not one of condemnation. So I was watching a video on YouTube. Michael Knowles was watching a TikTok video that's gone viral about a woman who had abortion regret. And I was trying to find the original TikTok video. I did a Google search, TikTok video of a woman who had an abortion and regretted it. Ironically, the first thing that came up was abortion is healthcare. Women don't regret them. And that is just a weighted Google lie. That's false information, because there are an abundance of regret videos. I couldn't find the very specific video that Michael Knowles was talking about, but I found plenty of other testimonies of abortion regret.
Does nobody talk about how hard abortions are on a woman?
I regret my abortion to this day.
Even though I was completely unfit to be a mother at the age of 15, I look back now at 42 years old with 5 amazing children, and I completely regret that decision back then.
It's probably been a month, and I hate myself every day.
I think I should have just weighed my options.
I have thought, that was the best decision.
It sucks because in the moment I felt like I was doing the right thing.
I was woke when they took my baby out of me, vacuumed my baby out of me. I heard it, it was just oh my God, did I really do this?
And there's not a day that goes by that I don't have, PTSD in my body, things that I can still feel. The memories never goes away. Your body never forgets.
But every time I'm going to bed or I'm just alone, I just think about what if?
I'm sad about it, always. And to tell you the truth, I would never do that ever again.
But I thought I did it so that it would benefit not just me, but also everyone else. And I'm just so broken.
God provides massive healing and has completely healed me emotionally and in my heart and in my well-being. And I know he has my baby, but you never forget. And you never regret having a baby, but you'll always regret getting rid of it.
So as I watch these videos, my heart breaks for these women, because there's a real thing that's going on here. You can try to fool yourself or explain away what's going on, but this is a human life. It is a life that is developing and is bonded to you. It's a separate life that's bonded to you, and you're ceasing the life. We can color it any other way we want, but those are just the facts of the situation. They're indisputable facts. This is a life. This is being ceased. It's connected to you. God's created it that way. I feel like one of the things that comes through, even a little bit in the Michael Knowles thing, is, the calling that this is evil, the talking about what this is, and I don't feel that really helps you in the situation that you're in. That you know those things already. You don't want to be a topic for justifying one side of a political debate. To me, this is not a political debate. This is a human situation. And the human situation of this is that there is a real enemy that is in the world who prowls around like a roaring lion looking for people to devour, looking for people to destroy and to lie to. And this has been going on all of human history. And you got caught in that trap. You were devoured. You went and you did something that now you regret and you see the weight of. But God did not leave humankind there to just live in regret, to be under the weight of condemnation. Because there's a difference between condemnation and conviction, and that difference is Jesus. Right? If you feel bad for what you did and you feel condemned by it, that's the enemy. That's the enemy saying you will never be good enough. You did something awful. You did something terrible. You're never going to heal from this. He's robbing all the hope from you. Conviction is acknowledging that something went wrong with a turn towards Christ, a turn towards forgiveness, a turn towards restoration. Because the Bible is filled with people who were redeemed and delivered and restored after doing awful and terrible things. Lying, cheating, sexual immorality, even murder. David had a man killed so that he could rob from him the wife that David had impregnated, David wanted and desired, was looking to create a sexual relationship with. You know, Paul killed Christians before he met Jesus on the Damascus Road. You know, John Newton, not in the Bible, but author of Amazing Grace and many other wonderful letters and sermons and all these kind of things, you know, he was a slave trader. He actually sold people, and God only knows what else was going on in those ships. I mean, many of us do know actually what was going on in those ships because it's pretty well documented. We look at the thief on the cross. We look at the disciples, the tax collectors, the fishermen. I mean, history is full of men and women who have done atrocious things and then met the forgiving power and transformative indwelling of Christ to pull them past the worst possible situations. So if you're watching this and you've had an abortion and that is a weight on you, I want you to know that God has created a way. God has created, and not only just created, but He's lived out, He's provided forgiveness. He's provided complete forgiveness for what you have done. Complete forgiveness for not just the act of abortion that you went through, but every sin, every rebellion, every thought that has been away from Christ. This is how much He's loved you. This is how much He's cared for you. And that He has not just waved a magic wand or anything, but He actually paid this on the cross. And this is Christianity. This is the hope that God has provided not just to you and your situation, but to all people, that this is available to them. So if you are in the situation that many of these women are, having abortion regret, know that you don't have to be bound by this. Your identity does not have to be in this. Your weight is not and should not be condemnation, that God hates you or you've done this unforgivable thing. It should be conviction to point you to the Redeemer, the one who's going to take this situation. He's going to take this situation and change it. He's going to redeem it. He's going to give you a voice to be light and salt to the rest of the world. And all that means is that you are going to shine light into darkness to help free people from bondage. You are going to be salt that preserves and brings about the truth and exposes the lies of the enemy that caught you so that others will not be caught in them. And I hope that this is encouraging. I hope that many women, you know, who are having these abortion regrets, that are posting these videos, hear not just Christians condemning them or seeing, see, I told you so, you know, Christians and conservatives, and, you know, it can be toxic. Online can be toxic. But this video, I want you to know that there is no condemnation from me, from God. There is conviction that you've done something that needs to be redeemed. And that redemption has been paid for on your behalf by Christ, who lived a perfect life, who came, talked about the path to heaven, the path to eternity, the plan that He has, the problems that we suffer. He knows them firsthand. After living that perfect life, He gave Himself up to the authorities, sacrificed His life on a cross as a payment for those sins that we've committed, for those things that we've done in rebellion and against the Creator. And because of that received payment, He was risen on the third day and now has the power not just forgive the sins as He did on the cross, but to empower you to live. He's given us now the Holy Spirit to be inside. He's paid those sins. Now the Holy Spirit can come in and it can undo those things that the enemy has tried to bound to us. So hopefully this is encouraging to you. Hopefully as those thoughts come into your mind, you know, that I shouldn't have done this, I can't do this, that your response isn't to dwell on them and to be pulled down by the enemy, but to speak to them in truth. And it's like, you know, I shouldn't have, but God has paid for that. He loved me in that way, and He is going to use this in a powerful way because He's changed who I am. That is the real hope that is going to solve the abortion regret issue. This is a little more of a solemn video, and you know, this is a topic that I think is really important for us to wrestle with. And if you are just someone randomly watching this and you're not dealing with abortion regret, I would say just check yourself. Make sure that you are not an instrument of condemnation, but that you are an instrument of conviction, an instrument that is showing that there is hope in the situation that women have found themselves in, not just trying to use them to advance a political agenda or a, political argument. Because this isn't a political issue. This is a moral issue. This is an issue of humanity and women finding themselves in situations often pressured by men and people around them, and unfortunately by moms and dads and all kinds of terrible situations to go and have this done because it's going to be best for them. And they are speaking the lies of the enemy. So don't fall into the same trap and speak the lies of the enemy, the condemnation that they have to have regret and they have to do all these things. They need to be redeemed and be a voice for that. If you guys like this, if you think it was helpful, please like, share, subscribe it. Our hope is to be salt and light and to bring encouragement to people through the digital platforms. And your sharing and putting these out helps make that happen. So God bless you guys, and we'll see you next time.